We're live.
Okay. Welcome, everyone, to this episode of Anichat. We may have disappointed you earlier, so we're following up with a general discussion.
Hey, he says I suck at the intros.
Yes, you do. I was actually going to read the disclaimer. But since you interrupted me, I'm going to read the disclaimer while being extremely salty. Warning, the following audio may contain
The next
coarse language, random discussions about hentai, trashing your waifu, trashing your favorite anime, and or empty suicide jokes, and other material that may not be suitable for a younger audience. Viewers' discretion is advised. Be noted that everything Lucas says is a lie.
No, it's not. Everything I say is 100% factual, and if you don't believe me, fuck you.
Exhibit A. So, yeah, Naruto Chakra is bull. Because, like, they were claiming that, oh yeah, Sasuke is like, I can only use Chidori, like, 3 times, and then he uses it 4 times during the tuning exams, after he also using, Fireball Jutsu, and Phoenix Flower Jutsu.
Let's not forget that Kakashi, in the fucking Great Ninja War, spammed Kumari like 20 times, even though before he could only use it like 2 times, and it would drain all of his chakra.
Let's also not forget, according to the Ninja Handbook, Kakashi in Part 2 stats don't change all the way until Part 3. They're still the same.
Let's not forget that Kakashi knows over 1,000 jutsu, but only uses about 5.
Let's not forget, Kakashi can apparently cut lightning, but can't fight pain.
Let's not forget that... Yeah, I got nothing else.
Let's see how many jutsu he's had. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are including anime-only jutsu. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. He hasn't even hit 40 jutsu, ever. And you have to subtract like 15 from this. No, you have to subtract like 10 of these from this, because some of these are anime exclusive.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Guys.
Huh?
I think
So,
there's a couple of videos south of 1,000 guys.
Yeah. So, hashtag the Ninja Village can't math. So, also, it was not canon in the manga that Kakashi had fire release, while it was in the anime that he could use fire jutsu, right? It was
Yes.
not canon in the manga until the Great Ninja War, when he just achieves the OP, Sharingan crap. So now he can use fire style. But up until this point in time, it was never canon.
He never used Fireball Jutsu before that?
Yeah, he didn't have fire release in the manga.
Because I didn't read the manga until the 4th Great Ninja War arc, so my life is basically anime.
I have read a lot of the early manga and the Chunin exams manga. So yeah, it's funny because Kakashi can't do much.
Kakashi can't do anything. He fucking sucks.
I like how
I'm sorry to say, but Kakashi does suck if you're a Kakashi fan.
Kakashi was a Chunin at 5 though, 6 though.
He still sucks. Kakashi has never beaten anyone except Zabuza. And that's a fact. And the funny thing is, he lost the first time he fought Zabuza.
Yes.
So yeah, that just shows you his track record right there. He's beaten Zabuza, and he barely beat Obito, and he technically didn't even beat Obito because Obito escaped. So yeah, the only real person he's beaten is Zabuza.
Well, no, when they were kids, he beat up Obito. Do you know what's funny? What's funny is that according to stats, he's literally only a little bit under the Ninja Sannin. However,
That's bullshit.
But I'd say he could beat Tsunade though. Like,
yeah, he probably could. Tsunade fucking sucks. Tsunade's worse. Hinata could probably beat Tsunade.
Well, actually, Hinata hard counters. That's why.
Yeah, all she has to do is cut off her chakra points, and Tsunade's done.
Yes. Yeah. according to this, Tsunade is exactly equal to Orochimaru. But that's crap, because when Orochimaru and Kabuto fought, Jiraiya at like half strength because he was like drunk, Shizune and Tsunade, Kabuto practically soloed all three.
Well, when you look at Jiraiya, he was drunk, so.
That's why I said it like half strength. I did mention that he was drunk, literally in the sentence.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
But keep in mind, even a half-drunk Sannin would be able to kill most Jonin.
Yes, that is true.
Because so Kabuto, according to this, his stats are 30 when the average Sannin is 35, right? So according to the stat book, he should not have been able to fight Shizune and Tsunade at the same time.
Fuck the stat book then. Fuck Kishimoto's writing. The dude has so many contradictions in his own series. It's mostly in the Ninja War though, I will say that.
So yeah, Kabuto is like, okay, keep in mind that Kabuto is like, oh yeah, I can't beat Kakashi. But he 1v3s, and then Orochimaru can't even use Jutsu, and he's like providing a little bit of support for Kabuto, and Kabuto's just wrecking the three of them. And then Naruto tries to help, and then he Rasengans Kabuto, and Kabuto's like, you see, that didn't work because I have instantaneous regeneration. And then it's like, so what I'm hearing is medical ninjas are the way to go, except for Tsunade.
Or Sakura.
Right.
Remember how Sakura was like, oh, I'm going to show you that I'm on the same level as Naruto and Sasuke now.
Yes. Remember when she said she was going to kill Sasuke herself?
Yeah. Good times. Funny.
Oh, man.
And
Honestly,
then she ends up falling in love with him. Well, no, staying in love with him. Even though he tried to kill her twice.
Also, in my opinion, Sasuke is significantly better than Naruto, like, as a fighter.
He is.
But it's like, Naruto's like, oh yeah, because I have the, tailed beast inside of me, I can fight you, Sasuke. Like, do you remember the first fight when Sasuke, finally gets the curse mark, and he doesn't even unleash it, and he just wrecks Naruto?
Yeah.
Naruto's just like, I'm gonna bring you back, Sasuke, and then Sasuke just impales him with Chidori. And then, then Naruto goes one-tails and then starts beating up Sasuke.
Doesn't Sasuke become stronger?
Yeah, he got a physical attack bonus.
Yeah.
He got
He was
physically
just murking
stronger.
Naruto, because Naruto was punching the shit out of him, and he wasn't feeling shit.
Yes.
And I'm sure Naruto isn't the strongest guy ever, but I'm pretty sure his punches hurt somewhat.
Also, keep in mind that Sasuke was as fast as Rock Lee at that point, so Naruto even keeping up with him is BS. Like, any claim about that is a lie. Like, honestly, in the Chunin exams, you know what Sasuke should have done? He should have went Rock Lee speed and Chidori'd Gar right in the face. Right in the face.
No, but that was when Chidori, you had to actually do hand signs to do it.
Yes, but he only had to do 3.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, he jumped back, 3 hand signs, bam! Like,
wasn't the point of Chidori, like, him climbing up the wall and everything, so that he needed to gain momentum to be able to create it?
But you could argue he could have done that before he went into a sandball.
Yeah, he probably could have. And then Gar would be like, what the fuck are you doing?
And then Gar just gets wrecked because he wouldn't have had the sandball to, cushion the blow.
Doesn't the person get disqualified if they die, though? If they kill, I mean.
Wait, what? Repeat that?
Don't you get disqualified if you kill someone?
No. The rules were until you can't fight anymore or the person dies. If I feel the need to step in, I will. Because keep in mind, during the death, the force of death, you were allowed to kill anybody. It didn't matter.
Yeah, that's true.
So long as you got the Heaven Scrolls. He says, if he will prevent the deaths, but if he can't stop, you dying, then he
Well,
can't.
that sucks for you.
Yeah, that's why the scenes where, they stop Neji from just killing Hinata and they stop Gaara from killing Rock Lee were important because the Proctor himself couldn't actually stop them. If he did, he probably would have gotten a gentle fist to the face. Or he might have gotten sand-coffined himself. So Might Guy just steps up and stops Rock Lee from dying.
Yeah, I don't see why Sasuke didn't just Chidori him in the face.
That's what I've been saying for years now.
Do you think Sasuke could have beaten Neji at that point?
Okay, this is, in my opinion, this is probably what would have happened. Sasuke runs back to go do Chidori, and then, as he's running to him, Neji does, rotation, and then just GG. Because what would happen was, his Chidori, it would try to pierce, but it'd get moved to the side. It wouldn't cancel it, but it'd move it to the side because he's spinning, right?
Yeah.
And then, since he's moved to the side, it would miss, and then that would give Neji an opening to gentle fist him.
That's true.
You gotta realize Neji in part 1 is amazingly high tier.
Like I said, he's like Team Kurenai's level when he was a kid. When they're adults.
Good guy. Well, Hinata's pretty strong in Shippuden. She's not really as strong, but yeah.
Neji's stats are like 27, and Kakashi's is like 30. No, Kabuto is just 30 when he's like 18.
What's with these stats? They're bullshit.
Let me give off the criteria. Alright, so ninjutsu, taijutsu, genjutsu, intelligence, strength, speed, stamina, and then hand signs. So, it says that Neji is only a 3 out of 5, and I think that's a lie because he taught himself jutsu that he wasn't even aware of. There's oh yeah, he knows the gentle fist basic stuff, but he shouldn't know 64 palms because that's only taught to one person in the clan, and he taught it to himself. So, when he was a kid, it says his intelligence was 2.5 out of 5, and I'm just I feel like this is a lie. His hand seals were 3, but I would argue that they didn't need to be fast because he didn't really use hand signs. His genjutsu is 2 throughout the entire thing, meaning he sucks at it. He doesn't need to use genjutsu because he'll just punch you in the face.
Remember how it was hinted that Sakura would be good at genjutsu?
Yes, and then never is.
Then never used a genjutsu in their life.
He's also his taijutsu is 3.5 out of 5 in part 1, and it's 4.5 in part 2 and 3. Honestly, 4.5 out of 5, I think that's a lot of crap because they're the Hyugas are the best at taijutsu, and he was a master, so I don't know. And then ninjutsu. Apparently, he has pretty good ninjutsu in part 3, the Ninja War.
Yes.
So, but I'm he doesn't use ninjutsu really. Even rotation doesn't count as ninjutsu because you're just sending chakra from your points.
Yeah. Who do you think is gonna be the villain of Boruto?
Watch it be somebody who low-key hates Orochimaru and thus wants to kill his kid.
Watch it be
Dio Brando from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. What's gonna happen is it's gonna be Dio, but then he's gonna the illusion's gonna split, and then it's gonna be Madara, and then it's actually going to be Aizen. He will just go. He will be all the memes of those shonen characters who who are everywhere. Dio, Madara, and then it'll be just actually be Aizen. He's all of them. He just disguises himself as all the main villains in anime.
No. It's gonna be Aizen, but then Aizen's gonna rip off his face, and it's just gonna be Hiro Mashima.
And then he's gonna, he's gonna use a shadow clone jutsu, and they're all gonna use bad writing jutsu, and they're all jutsu, and all of the ninjas will just die. It'll solo the Naruto verse.
Yeah, he's gonna teach them a very valuable lesson about friendship. and
Oh,
why
God,
you
what
need
is-
to succeed.
No, you know what's going to happen? It's actually going to be Pharaoh, and he's going to challenge them to a shadow duel.
That reminds me of a filler episode of Fairy Tail where it was like Kana versus one of the celestial spirits,
Uh-huh.
and they were literally playing Fairy Tail Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, I remember that.
It was like the worst episode of anything I've ever seen.
Imagine if Yu-Gi-Oh! Was actually about summoning monsters rather than just a card game.
Wasn't it like that in like the very last season?
Yes, sort of. In Millennial World, it was like that because that's how the Egyptians played. The only difference is you were playing with your life force, and depending on your life force, the more life points you had. So, basically, some people had lower life points than other people. So, challenging someone to a shadow game back then really sucked. This is a thing, by the way. Seto Kaiba, his plan was he was going to find a bunch of people with tons of life points and then take over the throne with him.
Let's talk about something that's actually somewhat relevant right now.
You mean relevant to Naruto being BS?
Now we're going to step away from Naruto and discuss how Fairy Tail, the anime, is ending.
Oh, really?
Again?
Yes.
Okay.
It's really close to the manga, so I assume that's why it's ending. But the next episode will be the last episode, and then it's gonna stop. So, any thoughts on that? Besides, boo, fuck Fairy Tail.
Fairy Tail should stay ended. Shout out to all you Fairy Tail fans. I'm pretty sure you think it should stay ended too.
Does anybody care about the Sword Art Online movie?
There's a Sword Art Online movie?
I had no idea of
I
that.
guess I answered that question. Yes, there's a Sword Art Online movie coming out. They got a whole production on season 3 of SAO so they can work on the movie.
Did anyone hear about the Erased live action movie that's going to come out?
No, and I don't care.
Erased is so good though. You should go watch it. It's going to be anime of the year.
I wouldn't go that far.
I've looked on the anime charts and I see nothing that could potentially top it. If something does, which is possible, I will applaud. But I highly doubt that anything will top it right now.
What about Boku no Hero?
Have you seen Erased? Erased is like, in my opinion, like the next Death Note. Not saying that it's as good as Death Note, but definitely really, really, really good. Besides, it's not a shonen. Erased is totally not a shonen. I don't want to say anything because me describing anything would basically just be spoilerific. Like,
is it something like would you say it's as good as Parasite? 'Cause Parasite's pretty good.
I dropped Parasite, man.
Why?
I dropped Code Geass too, mainly because like I just wasn't interested. Not that it was bad. It's just I legitimately was just like, this is okay.
Code Geass or Parasite?
Both. I dropped both after like the first 2 episodes. I have a track record for dropping like critically acclaimed stuff mainly because it's like this isn't actually like what I want to watch in an anime. Yeah, it's good, but nah. I might watch them eventually, but not soon. It's not an action-based series. It's a mystery thriller, psychological, supernatural series.
No, I've heard about it before. I hear people comparing it to Final Destination because there's a lot of deaths in it.
That is the worst comparison you could possibly give because Final Destination is someone knowing about how they're gonna die and they still die anyways.
Well, that's the latest Final Destination. I think the ones before that were all just random.
Well, time literally reverses for him to stop bad things from happening.
So it's like a fucked up version of Steins Gate.
No, Steins Gate was him changing timelines through text messages. Spoiler alert, because that happens in like episode 3. My bad, guys.
You gave them the exact episode too. It's like, spoiler alert, it's gonna happen this episode too. I just want to let you guys know so you could just glance over that episode. Don't even watch it.
But people don't like the first episodes of Steins Gate because nothing really happens except for you know who, and then you know all that blood, and then you know the thing, and then the thing, and then you know what you know who flips out because he sees you know that thing.
Has Asterix War season 2 or Chivalry season 2 been announced yet?
Both of them were announced, and Asterix Season 2 was announced halfway through the series because it was doing so good. Chivalry was only announced until after it finished airing because it was met with relatively good popularity.
It's actually more popular than Asterix now.
At the end, yes.
Yes.
But Asterix was more popular during the middle of the series, which is exactly what I said. So I have no idea why you're repeating after me today. Like, what is this?
Some people just don't understand. They need to hear it twice.
Okay.
It's probably because of massive, well, not massive amount, but the fan service.
What for?
Asterix.
Really? Because Chivalry got way more into their fan service.
Yeah, by like episode 7 or like 8. I forgot which episode had the
Well,
cabin scene.
That cabin scene was significantly more sexual than anything that happened in Asterix War. Like, okay, let me put it like this. Remember the bath scene?
Yes.
That was also extremely sexual compared to most of the things that happened in, like, Asterix War. The straight-up most sexual thing that happened in Asterix War was when Claudia's like, do you want to stay the night? And then MC is like, nah, I'm good, bails.
What's with all these, like, spineless characters and not wanting to do stuff with these girls?
Responsibility. Keep in mind, if they get these girls pregnant, they have to marry her.
That makes sense.
Also, some of them are sexually intimidated. Just keep in mind, these are girls significantly more attractive than they are.
Than the guys?
Yeah, usually. Sometimes there's a guy who's like, oh man, he's out of this chick's league, but he'll go for her anyways, because that's how anime works.
That's like every shoujo.
Yeah, the shoujo girl is usually like they're usually pretty, but they're not as like they're not the tier of the handsomeness that the men that like them are. Like
they usually all look the same too. Like it's like a short, brown-haired girl with like big brown eyes. That's usually like the archetype for every shoujo girl.
And then all these men could like be professional models going after this. And it's like this one schoolgirl, and she's like clueless, and you know they try to win her over. And yeah, shoujo. I like shoujo though.
You know Code Geass is a shoujo, right?
I don't know what that has to do with me dropping it, because I dropped lots of stuff of genres I like, so I don't know, and demographics.
No, I just wanted you to be aware of that fact. Because a lot of people aren't. Well, actually, the anime, I think, is shonen, and then the manga is shoujo. I've
legitimately just, like, watched stuff, and I'm thinking it's a regular series, and then it's, like, hardcore yaoi or yuri. And I'm just like, I'm going to drop this for two reasons. One, because I guarantee they're going to pick the person I don't like, because, like, okay, no offense to anyone who likes yaoi or yuri, but, like, because I actually personally don't mind, but, like, the shows themselves seem significantly more sexualized, relationship-wise, than actual regular romance anime.
Yeah.
Like, and that's something I really don't like. Like, if they toned it down and then made it, like, you know, not as, like, sexual-wise, relationship-wise as it is, then I would have been like, okay, yeah, maybe. But
I've never actually seen a yaoi or yuri series besides, Black Butler, which I've only heard is yaoi, but I've never actually seen any proof of it, except
it's
for
not
like.
It's not actually yaoi. It's only yaoi in the fan fiction. Okay, let me put it like this: when they were writing it, they intended it to be a yaoi, but when they wrote it out, they're like, "This isn't actually a yaoi, so it's not a yaoi." That's legitimately how.
I hear it's a good series, but when I actually like watch some of it, I'm still like, this isn't impressing me at all.
But yeah, no, I've actually seen a few Yuri series and 2 yaoi series, I dropped the yaoi series about halfway through because it doesn't tell you it's a yaoi straight out until like halfway through.
Until the guy starts kissing the other guy, and they're like, "What the heck get myself into?"
That's legitimately what happens. By the way. Okay, so essentially at the beginning, this guy is like, "Oh yeah, he gets kicked out of school because he helps this fugitive kid, and you know since he gets kicked out of school, he gets separated from his best friend, who's this girl who has a crush on him.
Yep.
Later, she says, I want to have your kids," and he's like, "What?" And then she's like, "Yeah. So, you know, give me your seed," and he freaks out, right? So he's like,
I would be pretty freaked out too if someone told me give them my
Alex, you know
seed.
what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So what happens is he's like, "All right, give me a year. In a year, we come back, and then I'll tell you if I still want to do it." Do you know what happens over the course of that year?
What?
He ends up running away with the fugitive and making him his gay boyfriend. I also like to point out that while his friend genuinely cared about him, the boy he chooses to be his boyfriend is a complete jerk. Complete jerk. Like above tsundere level jerkiness. And I'm just like, I can't handle this, so I just dropped it. I was like,
Once I found out it was a yaoi, I would drop it immediately on the spot.
I was actually shipping him and his best friend, low key, and then my dreams were crushed.
Because nothing against yaoi or yuri, but you know, I'm not gay, so it's probably not what I want to see.
So then the Yuri I was watching is, I'm not going to mention any names because I don't want to tell anyone, like, scare anyone off of the show. But anyways, like, it's about these, like, assassins, and they're told to assassinate one kid in their classroom because there's a kid who is the assassination target. So there's 14 assassins and, like, one assassination target, and they all have to figure out who it is. So little did I know, like, this is a co-ed school, so there's boys and girls here. Apparently the entire classroom is just girls. And I'm just like, okay, I don't see anything wrong with this, you know. Continue on. Things happen. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, this is actually a hard Yuri. Yeah.
That's the thing. People assume that just because you're straight, you automatically like Yuri.
I don't mind it, though. Like, Yuri's fine. Like, I can actually sit down and read something like that. It's just like, my ships are usually straight. So, like...
Usually, he says.
Yeah. Something in the future may happen, and that may change.
You were the one guy who loved that ending of Legend of Korra.
I hate the ending of Legend of Korra. I hated it so much. Because I was like, oh, what, she get back together with Mako? And, like, I go on the webs, and I'm like, no, I'm done. I closed my computer and decided I wasn't going to watch the last seasons.
At first, I didn't actually think that ending was canon, because I heard about it.
No, I looked up the scene because IGN made a post about it.
And then I looked at the scene, and I'm like, well, fuck me in the ass, it is canon. So
no,
yeah.
but I said usually because there's potentially something that could happen.
That was...
So,
That's
I don't
funny.
know.
That's funny. Like, all I'm imagining now is, like, what if Aang just got with Suku at the end and fucking Tara?
But the thing is, Sokka was so thirsty for, like, every woman that was in his way. Like, straight up, I swear, if Katara wasn't his sister, you know what would happen.
Does Sokka even get any at the end?
Yeah, he saves his girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about his girlfriend.
Yeah, because no one cared about his girlfriend.
I keep remembering his girlfriend being the chick that turned into the moon and shit.
Yes, because she was the ying fish or whatever, and, like, you know, she had to restore balance. It's like, oh, poor Sokka, the first girl who finally likes him, it's turned into a moon.
Yep, and then the second one, he has to bust her out of fucking prison and shit.
Yeah, I think the reason girls don't like him is because of his haircut. He needs to give him a haircut.
His haircut is pretty stupid, but it gets better by the third book.
Yeah, but like, poor Sokka.
Because Avatar actually follows the logic of hair changing over time, unlike
Yes.
anime, which
I like remember when Aang grew hair and everyone freaked out?
I enjoyed it.
Well, it makes sense considering they shave themselves regularly. The fact that his hair didn't grow back, sooner was like, oh, okay.
It only took this long. I liked the hairstyle, the haircut, but I was like salty when he shaved it again. Because at that point in time, my ideal hero was not someone who was bald. And A just looks kind of stupid in general. Like he has an arrow going down his head.
That's just their religion, though.
I know. Did Kara leave too?
I don't know.
I'm still here.
Oh.
Well, I'm waiting for someone to say something, but it just got awkward out of nowhere.
Yeah, because Alex left. He has to work tomorrow.
Wow, that's unfortunate. And there's the other Alex who didn't fucking join. And then Kiyoya who didn't fucking join. And then someone else who I asked to join, and they didn't join either, so just a bunch of non-joiners today.
We should end in like 7 minutes or so. That way we can have a good hour. Because like we could say that like the Black Star thing is an hour and this is an hour, so we separated it good.
It's like 40 minutes actually.
Oh, hour 40 minutes is like our first video, so yeah, that works too.
Has it been an hour yet?
That's how long we've been in call. I guess you could subtract 10 minutes.
Yeah, this was kind of a sad general discussion too. But then again, we literally just sprung this up, so we usually do general discussions on Friday, guys. So
yeah, this is well, we have 3 members now, and that's like our minimum, and no one else is joining. So
yeah. It would have been more fun if people actually joined because there's like conflicting personalities in this chat, so.
And we all talk smack.
Yes, especially Alex.
Oh man.
Who all he's gonna do is say, I would get fucked in the ass for a One Piece ending, and Naruto sucks.
Did you see the Boku no Pico Kiefer picture?
Boku no... What?
Okay, scroll up in the chat.
Okay, hold on. Oh, that's amazing. It's really accurate too. He's a bigger Naruto wink. I mean, not too winker than I was when I was like 14.
Oh my god. Well, honestly, ever since I was a little kid, I firmly believed that Ichigo would kick Luffy, Naruto's, and Natsu's butt. Like little kid, like 6th grade stuff, 5th grade stuff.
You'd be wrong. You were wrong.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure Ichigo Bankai would blitz Naruto and Luffy at that point in time.
No, I doubt it. Well, second gear Luffy anyway.
Second gear Luffy still doesn't have as many after images or speed feats. Just keep in mind, like, he'd only gone second... Was he even second gear in 6th grade? Because when I was in 8th grade, that was when Ace died. So that's subtract 2 years.
No, he was in second gear at that point.
Okay.
But anyway, no. I don't think.
That was a long arc Ichigo, though.
Yeah, and Natsu, I think Naruto is the weakest one at that point.
Shippuden had started, and he already had fought Itachi. Okay.
That was right around the time when he was fighting Pain, I think.
Yeah, it is.
So,
Yeah.
Natsu was. What arc was Natsu in at that point? I don't even know because I didn't start reading Fairy Tail until I was in like seventh grade.
I think Fairy Tail started in 2008, 7?
It's 6.
6? Alright. 2006. 6th grade would have been for me 5 years ago. 2011, 5 years. The 5th year, what was he doing?
I think they were probably at around either the Eloas arc or the Tenrojima in the manga. So I want to say that Naruto is probably the weakest at that point. Maybe. I don't really know because I know in their first chapters Natsu is the strongest. Because Naruto sucks at his first chapter. Ichigo sucks at his first chapter.
Really? Ichigo kills a monster when he had no experience prior.
All he does is chop his legs off. And then slashes his head. It's not exactly impressive.
You understand he's lifting a massive sword, right? And he is 15. Natsu was like 17. Luffy's 17 as well.
Yeah, but still, not to destroy like half a town when...
No, he destroyed half a pier. He didn't destroy the town. I have the volumes, bro. I've read them like 10 times.
Well, he's still done more damage than all three, regardless. In their first...
I don't think he's physically the strongest. So I'd say ability-wise, maybe because fire.
Physically?
I'd go Luffy probably, because Luffy would just like punch him in the face and he'd be like, "Ow."
Luffy can lift up a giant ball of gold.
I'm talking about the beginning.
Beginning?
Yeah, because Luffy was still pretty physically strong at the beginning.
I don't know, because Natsu doesn't lift anything in the beginning.
I own the first volumes of all of them, bro. So
the best lifting feat that Natsu has is one that in the OOS arc when that giant metal dragon tries to step on him, he just lifts it up and tosses it. Well, he doesn't actually toss it; he just barely lifts it up. So yeah, that's the best thing he's done. Luffy actually separated 2 skyscrapers, huh?
Zoro threw a house while being significantly injured.
That's a gag feat, I think, though.
I don't know if that counts because Zoro has punched a shark straight up out of the water. Like, Zoro feeds are so funny because whenever he can't kill something with his sword, he just whacks it with what's ever closest to him.
Yeah.
Like, remember when Mr. 1 was like, "Is he going to throw that house?" And he throws the house.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that Zoro is just basically strongest out of the Straw Hats.
Yeah, it's Zoro though. Oh man, well he works out the most.
Not to mention that all the Straw Hat members are pretty fucking fast. Well, no, the Monster Trio are pretty fast.
Yeah, but Robin doesn't need to be fast because if she's fighting like people who aren't like super hard, she can just break their necks by spawning hands on them.
Yep. I mean, her ability is more useful for assassinations, really.
Yes. I'd say Chopper's pretty strong too.
In his monster form, yeah. Yeah, because Sanji actually ran pretty fucking fast under like 5,000 meters of water.
Well, keep in mind Sanji's legs are significantly superior to his hands. Like, because remember, Sanji's like a chef doesn't use his hands to fight because he uses them for cooking.
Yeah, which is probably the stupidest excuse for him only using his feet, but it's still funny regardless.
But you know what's funny is he does hands on like wooden floors with splinters and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you know what's the funniest thing that Sanji did? He literally learned how to walk on air just to escape ugly girls. An island of ugly girls.
I believe it. Wait, was it ugly girls or was it the transvestites?
I think it was a transvestite. He learned how to walk on air because of that. That's pretty amazing. He basically can be a Bleach character now.
Well, Bleach characters just straight up fly though.
No, they stand on it. They stand on
No, because
the
remember
Rishi that's in the air.
No, they can also fly though. Because remember, keep in mind they go from varying levels of the sky to fight each other.
Don't they really just get knocked back? That's how I figured. Like the only person I've seen fly Bleach is like Hitsugaya because of his wing.
Hitsugaya doesn't even flap his wings though. Hitsugaya literally
just straight up glides. And then Ichigo.
No, but in the sub and the dub, they literally say flying. I can't fly with this kid in my hand. That was when I think Rangiku was protecting the one kid from the cloning Iran car.
But that's bullshit because in the Fullbring arc, Ikaku's fighting that one Fullbringer, and he's like, "Are you flying?" I mean, no, he's like, "Stop flying," and he's like, "I'm not flying. I'm standing on air."
That's implying that that squad is even good at keto stuff.
That's true.
Because okay, keep in mind in the human world, they seem to have remember in the Seirete, it's hard to stand on the air.
Yeah.
Because it's depending on how much spiritual energy is in each realm. So it depends because there's a different amount in the Hollow world, the human world, and the Seirete. There's more in the Hollow world because it needs to be, or else the Hollows would die. That's why there's so much, and that's why Uryu was able to just non-stop nuke, non-stop spam, non-stop everything.
That reminds me of a joke where it was a Bleach parody where they're like, "Does anybody find it strange that we can walk on air but still fall?"
Superman still falls.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes he falls from this guy out of orbit and he lives because he's Superman.
Because Saitama jumped from the moon. That was fine.
I think Shadow fell from the moon to the Earth and he was fine.
Yes, he did. But that's because Shadow is an android and he can go Super Saiyan.
But yeah, I think we've exhausted this live stream longer than it needed to be. So
yeah, all right. It's time now.
So anybody want to say their final pieces before I end this shit?
Y'all don't know how to rabbit. We literally sat staring at the YouTube page for 10 minutes. Until I took control and looked up Dragon Ball Z Kai opening 1.
We have very different tastes in what we watch, so that's why.
I was just like, give me that remote.
But yeah, well guys, this was an unexpected call. We didn't plan on doing this, so that's probably why it wasn't funny or interesting like it usually is. But next Friday, it'll go back to being normal, so.
Like and subscribe.
What's funny is,